Okay, just drove down the road maybe like 3/10 of a mile. It's not very far, and came to the William Jackson home place. They called him Pa Bill, and I think I saw him over in the new Caney Creek Cemetery yesterday. I don't really see a lot around here. Of course, there's not going to be a whole lot, but I don't know if there's a homestead or anything like that that's still in existence. I don't see one, but here's a shot of the road out here. Basically, it's on the same hilltop as the last place that belonged to George Jackson, so they were adjoining property owners. I think George's place was about 300 acres, so if that's kind of typical, then they own quite a bit of property in here. Doesn't look like they could raise a whole lot in here. There's a government sheep dip pit that was formed here back in the 1930s by the government, just to help rid disease of the sheep and stuff like that. Chances are they may have been ranchers. I'd always thought they were probably farmers, and they may have been to some respect, but all this area in here, it doesn't look like you could farm any of this. It's fairly remote, and of course it's going to be, but it's all part of the new Caney Creek Cemetery area, or the community, new Caney Creek community, and looks like they probably raise sheep and stuff like that up in here, animals. So here's a kind of a view of what it looks like around here. That's the direction we just came from, way down there over that hilltop, and down to the left is the last place that we were just at, and basically the same type of terrain. I'll bet that if you were to go back in here, you would find their homesteads, and I will on the next trip. Plan on spending some time here, but not this time. Like I said, I'm kind of by myself today. But really pretty areas. I don't know who owned the area across the road, and they could have owned both sides of the road for all I know. But if George and William are in here next to each other, then chances are there are a lot more Jacksons down here. We're also related to the Greens and the Hammocks and the Roads. I haven't found any Roads here. Greens and Hammocks we have a lot of. I stopped today and talked to Kima over at Kima's bookstore in Gray, Georgia, maybe about 15 miles south of here, something like that. And she is also related to me. She knows all the Greens here in the area, which is pretty cool, or knows a lot of them anyway, and loaded me up with about $200 worth of books, so really appreciate that. Be nice she'd have cut me a deal, but apparently family doesn't mean much in the book business, but life goes on. We're gonna go down here a little ways further. I think our next stop is the new Caney Creek Cemetery, where I was at yesterday. There is a headstone supposedly out there that belongs to a servant that I don't know that I photographed, and it says beloved by the E.A. Jackson family, and that was one of their servants, so I may try to go over there and get some pictures and definitely try to get some video. So we'll see.